Hello and welcome. It's Friday morning here in St. Augustine, and I'm getting back to my mat. It's good to have you joining me, or perhaps you'll be watching this yoga video at a later time. I just want to say that it's a salvation for me to be able to come to my yoga mat and to enter my sanctuary, my home sanctuary. So that just leads me to believe that whatever is working for you, I encourage you to keep doing that. So if you set up a sanctuary with candles or statuary, objects that have particular meaning to you, to ground you, to make you feel supported in your struggle or in your victories, in your healing, and to support all of those who are working in the world to help those who are suffering. So I find it's really important for me to set up a sanctuary, and I encourage you to explore how that would look for you or what that would be for you. Maybe it's just a little corner in a room in your house where you place one object and light a candle. For me, it's a lot more, but that's me. At any rate, I've been thinking a lot about resilience and about our voice, how we use our voice to express our feelings, our thoughts, our needs, how we communicate with others during this time of coronavirus, especially when we're asked not to be close and when we're told that even breathing can transfer the virus. So perhaps it's a time for us to be connecting more with our internal voice and finding out from within ourselves more of what we are thinking, what we are feeling, and communicating that as honestly and truly as we can to those we care for. So just to think about our voices, which is the fifth chakra, the Visuddha chakra. The color is blue. It encompasses the whole area of the throat and the neck, all the way around to the back of the neck, up into the shoulders a little bit, or down into the shoulders and the upper back a little bit. And it's the seat of our true expression, of our words that come from our source within us. So I'll be referring a little bit to that chakra today, the Visuddha chakra, the throat chakra, our seat of verbal expression, as well as finding the right words to express what we're feeling inside and what we're experiencing during this time. So take a moment to get comfortable. There's a little bit of a centering that I will do today with a mudra that is actually the Shiva mudra. And you can be sitting on your mat for this whole centering, or you can sit in a chair, which is what I'm doing, so that I don't have to get up and down off my mat so much. So find your comfort for your centering. If you're sitting in a chair as I am, slide forward a little bit so that your feet can actually reach the ground, or place a block underneath your feet. See if you can also take a minute to just wiggle around a little bit, wiggle and jiggle, move a little bit before you settle into stillness, finding out what your body needs in this moment just to be able to enter into that stillness. Maybe soften your gaze, looking a few feet in front of you or at the video, or just using your third eye to kind of look inside and imagine perhaps or visualize your lungs, your heart, your internal organs, all of the bones, muscle, tissue that make up who you are, that structure you, and the water that is within us as well, about 75 to 80% fluid in our bodies. So just to think of all the fluid systems as well. And then as you settle in, take a moment to bring your hands together. This is called Shiva mudra, and I'll stand up just to show it. So the hands rest comfortably within one another. One creates a cradle for the other. You can do your dominant hand underneath or on top, whatever works for you, softening through the shoulders. And just letting your hands come to rest around the area of your belly, your navel, that chakra area around the navel. And as you do that, finding your comfort in your chair or on your mat, and settling in with that Shiva mudra that helps us to access fearlessness within us, ability to take our fear and transform it for the good, so that we become fearless and wise simultaneously in our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. That can help us to navigate this time of the coronavirus. So as you settle in, find your comfort in your sits bones, soften the gaze. I'm going to close my eyes for a few minutes, drop the shoulders, lengthen through the spine. As you press into the sits bones, inhale, draw your breath deep into your lungs, feel the rise in the belly. So there's an expansion on the inhale from belly up through the rib cage and chest, all the way up to the upper chest. And maybe a slight tiny little lift in the shoulders or the collarbones. And then on the exhale, a long release, letting go of all the stale breath, releasing tensions, toxin, any kind of negative energy that you feel has kind of crept into your body. And then again, repeating those breaths. You can be doing the 3-part breath, belly, chest, all the way up to the collarbones. And exhale. As you do that, be aware of your body. This proprioception concept is being aware of our bodies in space, in time, being aware of the touch that we feel as we connect our hands to each other, our hands together to our belly, just noticing how we are in this moment in our bodies, in time and space. So body awareness, proprioception. Maybe you want to scan through your body, take a couple minutes starting at the feet, and as you begin to breathe and settle into your breath, just draw energy up from the Mother Earth, up through the soles of the feet. Let it travel all the way up the legs, front, sides, and back, up into the hips, buttocks, belly, adding in any natural little shifts in your body or movement that happens for you. That's your body's activating proprioception, noticing that you need to move a little bit to be more comfortable or to feel more secure or more grounded, or just because you want to move. So continue to breathe. If you like the Ujjayi breath, the sound like you're fogging a mirror on the exhale, but it's through the nose, so inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose, brings heat to the body. A couple more breaths, draw that prana, that life force energy up into the torso, belly, back, whole front side of the body, the torso, up into the heart area, the lungs, chest, collarbones, and all through the back body, from the sits bones up through the buttocks, hips, back, middle back, upper back, up into the neck and throat. Nurturing, taking a moment to just nurture with these Shiva energy hands, this fearless energy, just nurturing the throat chakra. Perhaps visualizing the color blue, getting activated in that whole area of the throat chakra, enabling us to be truly in touch with our wise and honest expression from our voices. And then bringing those hands back down to the Shiva Mudra, draw the energy up into the head, back of the head, sides of the head, crown of the head, the chakra that connects us to the universe, to a higher plane of existence, drawing the energy through the face, softening, maybe taking a moment to massage as well. Find your proprioception here. It enables you to know where the tension is, where you might want to perhaps bring a little centering, nurturing touch. Neck is always a good candidate for me, but notice where your tension is. Maybe the temples, maybe smoothing out the forehead, the hairline, underneath the eyes. Just using your own healing touch to bring some self-nurturing and self-soothing. And then when you feel complete with that, bring the hands back to the Shiva Mudra, resting against the belly, one hand cradling the other, relaxed, soft, shoulders down. And take a moment just to go inside. This is the interoception part. Go inside and notice what you are sensing or feeling. What's going on inside you at this moment that you can perhaps bring to awareness. Maybe it's not really that accessible, but it's a practice, it's an exploration. So just noticing, is there a feeling as in an emotion of some sort there for you? Is there a sense of sensation, a notice of temperature, warm, cool, hard, soft energy? Comfort in your body, perhaps discomfort in your body, noticing inside yourself, just gaining a little bit more awareness through this practice. And then as you feel ready, let's release the mudra and just let the hands reach out in front of us, rising up slowly, taking our gaze up for a nice back stretch, lifting the chest, lifting the chin if that's okay for your neck, reaching the arms and hands towards the heavens, and taking a side stretch on one side and then the other. So one shoulder, hand, arm reaches way up high, pulling right up out of the chest or out of the hips, and then the other side, that elbow bends as the other arm stretches. I won't say right and left, I'll just say side to side. And you'll notice that this awakens the whole side body, a little bit into the back body. And you can start to curve a little bit, just increasing that lateral stretch, letting your head and neck stretch to the side as well. Just do what feels comfortable for you. Do this to the degree that your body is choosing to wake up. So we're waking up the spine, waking up the shoulders, the elbows, the hands, the arms, the back, the neck. And then coming to center, let's stretch both arms up, bring the palms together, slowly draw that solar energy, that sun energy down into our heart center. Inhale and exhale here, feeling the warmth begin to circulate around the heart center. Perhaps the orange of the sun meets the green of the Anahata chakra, the heart chakra. And the blue of the Visuddha chakra also is added in. So we have this kind of beginning of a rainbow of colors. And just make a few little circles here. You're on a forward and then side on one sits bone, back, side. You can go a little bit further. Nice back stretch here. Side stretch, back. So we're just getting into that lower back, sacrum a little bit as we let that energy circulate within us. And then come back to center. When you feel ready, go to the other side. And let's start to take the Anjali Mudra along with us. So we're just stretching our arms a little bit, side, up, side, front. You can make this as small or as large as you would like. You can reach up and back and out. Do what feels good to you. And one more time, inhale, draw all of that heart energy, throat energy, universal light force, life force energy from the sun back into yourself. Let's inhale and exhale to really send that through our entire being. Maybe let out a releasing tension. And then let's inhale again. And this time let's exhale and send all that beautiful chakra energy out to each other, and then sending it out to our community, close to us, wider and wider and wider, all around, bringing it back up over us, coming into full moon posture here for a moment. Inhale, exhale, and release. And then roll the shoulders a little bit, forward, up, back, and down, forward, up, back, and down. Beautiful. Notice if your head and neck would like to go along with this a little bit. We won't be doing any particular isolated head and neck exercises today or warm-ups. So see what your neck needs to feel warmed up as we focus on our shoulder rolls. Good. And then we'll come into our cat and cow. So you might need to slide forward again a little bit on your chair. And I'll turn to the side for this, just for variation. So in cat and cow, seated on our chair, or if you're on your mat or on your cushion, wherever you are. So we're going to find our alignment, come into seated mountain. So our hands are at our side. We're looking straight ahead. The back of the neck is long. It's not tilted forward or lifted up. The chin is just naturally following the line of the lift of the neck. And the neck and the spine are in alignment. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. And we're going to inhale, draw the arms forward. And then we're going to press the palms together, and we're going to exhale. And as we exhale, we're going to send the arms out to the side. Press the belly forward. Lift the chest. Lift the chin. Reach back as far as you comfortably can. Rolling those shoulders back and down. Stretching through the front body into cow. Inhale and exhale here, making any little micro movements that feel good to you. Pressing into the sits bones, lifting the heart, opening the throat, the Suddha chakra. And then as you feel ready, inhale. Exhale, opposite stretch of the spine. Contract the navel, send the navel toward the spine. Arms float around into the front. You can interclasp the fingers, or you can place the hands on the knees for a little traction. And what we're doing here is an opposite stretch. So we're arching into cat. Press the navel toward the spine, drop the chin to the chest, stretch the arms long, keep the shoulders down as much as possible. Long stretch. Inhale and exhale a couple times here, making any micro movements, perhaps increasing the stretch a little bit by pressing the navel toward the spine just a little more. And inhale here and exhale. And then we'll flow through a couple times on your own breath. So into cow, your own breath. You can let out a ha sound if you want. On the exhale into cat. Reach and curve. Think of a wave curving and riding that wave forward into cow. And arms come around into cat, chin to the chest, navel to the spine. Maybe a little micro movement here. And one last time. One cow. You can even press your hands alongside your body or into the chair to lift that chest a little bit more. Press that belly forward. Open the Visuddha chakra. Speak your truth. Let's do an om or a lion. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. I haven't done a lion in a while. That was a good one. And then slowly come back to center. Shake it all out. Get a drink of water, which is what I need. Whoa. Wow, that was a big lion. It was kind of stuck in my throat. I realized I haven't been expressing my feelings a whole lot. Kind of brought a few tears to my eyes to let out that lion. So I don't know how it was for you. But take a few minutes to get a little water and regroup if that's what you need to do, because that's definitely what I'm doing. Makes me just immediately aware how lonely we can feel during this time and how we really, truly want and need each other for support and connection and unity. So that Shiva mudra must have been very powerful for me, because it was right in my center, in my navel chakra area. And it's all about unity. It's about resting in unity, coming into a place of inner peace and silence, checking in with ourselves, and feeling connected to others. So thank you for being with me. I'm going to now move from our centering to the mat, and I really am going to go to the mat this time and continue. You can pause here at any time, maybe just mark it if you'd like to finish with the centering for now and come back and do the rest of the practice another time. But I'm going to continue without pausing the video. So please join me on your mat. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to focus on practicing standing, some standing postures today again. And I encourage you, because we're all improvising at home, if you have a chair nearby, or if you want to continue in a chair, you can attempt to do some of what we're doing in the chair as well. It won't always be perfect, but we're not aiming for perfection. So if you have a chair, we may do some movements that we might want to have a little support for standing and balancing. So take a moment to come to the center of your mat, facing straight ahead. So I'm seeing you and you're seeing me. Let's bring our hands together. Inhale. Exhale. Let everything settle. A little emotional energy running through me for sure. A few tears. A little smile as a result of being able to access those tears. I guess they've been holding inside for a while now. So let's inhale again. Exhale, remembering the breath is the root, is the seed, is the support for the practice. So let's inhale. Exhale, take the arms out, down to your side. Inhale, arms out wide, spread the fingers, reach up high, bring the palms together, draw them into your heart center, and this time bend the knees generously, slowly fold the upper body over the lower body, releasing the crown of the head toward the earth, letting your hands rest wherever they comfortably come, perhaps to the ankles, perhaps the shins, perhaps your feet, perhaps the floor. You can keep the knees bent. And we're just going to sway a little bit here in a modified forward fold. And then we're going to come right into ragdoll. So take one hand under each elbow, make a little swing. Imagine the crown of your head resting on the seat of that swing. And then just begin to swing or sway a little bit side to side. You'll feel the movement in the hips and the lower back. Feel the shoulders releasing, hands coming back to that feel of the Shiva Mudra, one on each elbow. Crown of the head released. Throat chakra getting a little stimulation here as well. And then slowly, as you feel ready, release the hands, place them on the mat, then walk your hands one on top of each foot, and slowly walk your way like the spider. Walk your way all the way up by sliding your hands one and the other up the legs, into the upper legs, and then slowly through the lower back, middle back, upper back, neck and head last to come up. And just shake out. Feel the stretch in your back. And then let's come back to center again. We'll come into crescent moon. Inhale, shoulders up, back and down. Let's take the one arm out to the side. So we're inhaling, reaching out, making a rainbow arc and stretching. Take the other hand and let it just rest on the side leg, the supporting leg. Lifting and reaching over to the side, and then up through the center on an inhale. Exhale over to the other side. You can look up toward the sky, toward your elbow. You can look sideways, straight ahead with your head sideways. You may look down, see what works for your neck. And then we're going to flow a little bit. So bend the knees as you come through the center, and then exhale and stretch and flow. And bend and stretch and flow, straightening the legs, and bend through the center, bend, stretch slowly as you reach over, and once again bend, and stretch and flow. Beautiful. And then bend, bring both arms together, and we're just going to do a little circling of the upper body, So mostly upper body, hips are not moving too much, but you bend the knees and just feel that circular movement as a symbol of unity. We are connected. We are here together, creating a circle of energy. Bringing it within, sending it without. Good. Roll those shoulders up, back and down. And then turning sideways on your mat, walking to the front of your mat, finding your mountain at the front of your mat. Taking a moment, just grounding yourself here, one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Breathe and feel sensation in your body. Go inside to that introception. What do you notice in your body? Locate, invite, connect with your breath once again. Notice your surroundings. And then as you feel ready, release the hands, bring them into Anjali Mudra or on your hips, whatever works best for you. And you can either lift the right leg and stretch it back by practicing a little balancing, a little core energy there, or you can just take that foot and tiptoe it back. I'll continue with that. And what we're going to do here is come into our warrior one. So front leg is bent. Back leg is long without locking the knee. Hips are facing forward. Make adjustments between your legs width-wise to be able to bring the hips from side to front. Maybe walking back a little bit more if you can keep your knee in line with your ankle and stretch that back leg longer. Press into the outside edge of that back foot as you bring the hips forward. And find your warrior. So breathe here, shoulders down. And then as you feel ready, let's rise up into full warrior, lifting the arms, opening them wide like you've got a big full moon. Breathe and feel. Drop the shoulders. Open the heart. Feel the energy of your throat chakra. You can always do another lion here. I'm not going to, because I might croak or cry. So just take a moment, and that's all okay, but I'm not going to do it because I'm leading this practice. So if you feel like taking a lion's roar right here, fine. Otherwise, I'll do an om. Inhale and exhale. Let's inhale, bring the arms up overhead, palms together. Turn toward your back leg. Open the arms wide, adjust your feet as necessary. Keep the front knee over the ankle. Arms are in one long line from fingertip to fingertip. Your hips are, your torso is turning toward your back leg. So you're actually turned sideways, but your gaze will come forward as you feel yourself settle into warrior two. And then just reach forward a little bit and back, bending and lengthening or stretching that front knee and leg. Just feel the pulse, a little rhythm. Release tension. Just a little sway back and forth to prepare to land in your warrior two. Breathe and feel. Press on the outside of that back foot. Lift through the quads. Engage the hamstrings. Spread the toes and the feet wide. Spread the fingers wide. Drop the shoulders. Maybe turn the palms up for a moment. And gaze into the place in front of you. The space in front of you. Just taking a moment to access your wisdom about what lies ahead for you today. Just today. And ways in which you can connect and nurture yourself, and also reach out to share with others and give to others. So let's inhale, and on the exhale we're going to come into side angle, so taking the front arm, bending it, placing the forearm on the upper front leg, take the back arm, what I like to do is bring it down, sweep it across the front of the body, and then lift it up. You can also just come from Warrior 2 up and over. And as you arrive here, just take a few breaths. You can also modify this by just placing the hand, just resting it on the hip or on the back, or reaching around and opening up that back shoulder. Looking up at the sky, looking straight ahead, looking down, find what works for you. Beautiful. And then we're going to inhale, come back into Warrior 2, bend the knee again, and then straighten the front leg, send the back hip back. So we're going from bent knee to lifting that back hip, stretching the arms out wide, reaching forward over the front leg with the front arm. Reach, 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 and on the exhale, release and come into triangle. And again, you can bend your knee here if you would like. You can use the floor to support yourself, or you can keep a nice, strong, long triangle. Find what works for you. Breathe and feel. Good. And then let's inhale back into Warrior 2. Exhale. And reach again. Inhale, coming up into Exalted Warrior. Right back hand is on the back thigh. Front arm is curved, arching over the head, dropping down into that Exalted Warrior with the bent knee, or reaching more with the arm. Find what works for you. Breathe and feel. And then let's inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, turn, coming back into Warrior 1, body position. You might need to move that back leg a little bit. You can come up on the ball of the foot, or you can keep it flat. Just bring the hips forward. Let's inhale and exhale. And we'll come into a yoga mudra here. So you can keep the knee bent. We're going to inhale. Exhale, take the arms around and interlace them. Press the shoulders down, press the shoulder blades together. Find this posture. Inhale, open the heart, open the throat, lift the crown toward the sky, and then once again, press that back foot into the earth, lift through the belly, through the navel chakra, engage the core. Drop the shoulders. Inhale, and on the next exhale, we're going to bow to Mother Earth, ask for her assistance in healing our earth, healing all of the people who are suffering, allowing us to access our healing energy. So let's inhale, and then exhale, just bending forward. You don't have to go too far. You can go this far and just drop the head, or you can continue down and lifting the arms either behind you, stretching out along your spine, resting even on your spine, or lifting up toward the sky. Surrender. Surrender anything that is holding you back from self-acceptance. Surrender to the support that is here for you within yourself and from others. And very, very slowly bend into that front knee, lift yourself up, take your time, a lot of core strength there. And then release, let the arms float up, just move the wrists a little bit, move the head and neck a little bit. And then slowly, as you started, you can walk that back foot forward, or you can lift it up and place it down. Find what works for you. And we'll do that on the other side. So coming to the top of your mat, checking in with your proprioception to know which way did you go last time, which foot was back, which foot was forward. So for me, I know my right foot was back, So if you switch sides on your mat, you're probably taking the opposite foot back, the inside foot, but check and see where you are with that. So from here, let's come into mountain. A little ragged, jagged today. Hang in there. What I love about this is I'm not trying to do this as a professional. I'm doing this as a healing gift to myself and to the world. So allowing for the errors, mistakes, misspeakings, all of it to just be part of what I'm sharing. So thank you for being with me and hanging in there. Inhale and exhale. This time I'm going to lift that leg and I'm going to stretch it back and reach it and come into my warrior one. Release the hands again. I'm going to use a little support here. So if you have support handy, or if you can take a minute to get support for yourself, let's use support whenever we need it. Okay, so find your warrior one. Bend the front knee, check to make sure the knee is aligned with the ankle, and then it's pointing over the middle two toes, so it's not out or pointing in to the midline of the body, it's aligned. Whole foot presses into the earth, back foot is long on a 45-degree angle, press on the outside of that heel. Bring the hips forward. If your hips are still side, spread your legs a little wider so that there's room for the hips to actually swivel and come a little bit more forward. Engage the navel lock, Uddiyana Bandha. Drop the pelvis, drop the hips, lengthen through the spine. Find that warrior one. Come into the posture first. Find your breath next. Maybe take a moment to come back to that Shiva Mudra to reconnect with belly and breath. Warrior one, Shiva Mudra, fearlessness. Couple breaths here. Deepening as you wish by dropping down, not forward or back, but down in between front and back leg, which means you might have to take your legs back a little further to do that. And then as you feel ready, coming into full expression of warrior one, arms can be out wide. You can bring the palms together and interlace, linking the lower fingers and extending the index fingers, bringing the elbows back by the ears, and maybe a little back bend, a little arch here in warrior one. Or you can simply hold warrior one very gently with just arms out to the side, encompassing a full moon, a beach ball, whatever image works for you. And if your arms get tired, just roll the shoulders, and then you can slowly bring them back up for another breath. Reach and extend toward the sky, toward the sun, toward the light. Bring that light force energy in. Hands together, draw it into the heart center, and pause. Breath. And let's inhale. Up. Exhale, turn toward the back leg, side. Turn to the side. Hips are turning now. Both arms extended long, forward and back. Gaze comes forward over the front arm. Knee is still bent. Coming into warrior two. And let's flow a little bit. Let your head, neck, and shoulders just go along with this if it feels good. Maybe it's just a little Shakti, a little balancing of Shiva with Shakti, the goddess of energy, of life. Just finding that feminine flow here in warrior two, letting it be whatever it is for you in this moment. And then landing again in warrior two, taking a breath here. Gazing out over your front fingertips, engaging Mula Bandha. Strength, feel your strength. Feel your warrior energy for the good. Look into the near future, perhaps the next hour, the next few hours, just today. And just see what is there for you to give both to yourself and to others. In the spirit of peaceful warrior, strong, peaceful warrior. And then as you feel ready, you're going to inhale and exhale, folding into wide side angle. Front forearm rests on the front upper thigh. Arm comes down and through or over and through. And we turn and look underneath that extended arm. If that doesn't work for you, hand on the hip, hand on a support, twisting the body, hand reaching for the inside of the front thigh, opening the heart, opening the throat. Breathe and feel all the opening in the side body. Good. And then slowly coming back up to warrior two. Taking a moment here to reset. Stretch the palms. Let's turn the hands over once more. Drop the shoulders. Move the neck a little bit. And then very slowly we're going to stretch that back hip back behind us. Stretch, stretch, stretch that hip, reaching with both arms. And then reach especially with the front arm. Reaching for what you most love. Reach, reach, reach. And then release, windmill down that front arm. Extend the back arm up. Breathe into triangle. Long line of energy from the bottom fingertips through the arm, through the body, all the way up to the fingertips at the top. Find your breath. Find your intention, whatever that was for you today. Fearlessness, groundedness, acceptance, nurturing. And then slowly rise up out of triangle, bend the front knee, coming back into warrior two briefly. Drop the shoulders. And then we'll stretch that front leg again. We'll keep that front leg bent. And then place your back hand on your back thigh. Reach forward with that bent knee in front. Arm reaches out, up and over, coming into exalted warrior. Feel your length and strength. Feel your victorious breath here, perhaps a couple ujjayi breaths. Beautiful. How can we exalt our energy for the good? How can we bring higher energy and intention to a world that is suffering? What is our part? And then let's inhale. Exhale, come back to warrior two. Take a moment to place your back foot so it's facing forward again in warrior one. My mat's sliding around here a little bit. Bend that front knee again, and we'll come into our humble warrior, honoring Mother Earth. So again, use your support whenever you want or need it. Bend that front knee. Find your stance. Feel grounded and supported. Find your stability. Find your tree. Find your roots. Inhale, hands together in heart center. Exhale, reach those arms around, interlacing the fingers, pressing the shoulders down and back, shoulder blades toward the spine. Mula Bandha engaged, hips and pelvis dropped. Inhale, and on the exhale, slowly begin to fold forward. You can lead with your head, or you can just go a little ways and drop the head, listen to your neck. This is honoring Mother Earth, so we're releasing our head, our mind, our thoughts into the care of Mother Earth. Softening our thinking selves and dropping into our sensing, feeling selves. Breathe, let the crown of your head release to Mother Earth. Let anything you're carrying on your shoulders or in your back and neck release into Mother Earth for recycling. Honoring Mother Earth. Letting go of ego, letting go of mind, coming into present moment awareness. Body, breath. And as you feel ready, inhale. And then exhale, slowly coming back up. Let the arms just float up. And let's just open them wide. Use your support to bring back foot to meet front. And let's turn and face each other again. So coming back to I see you and honor you. I see you in me, I see myself in you. We are together. And we'll end our practice today before we go into Shavasana with tree pose. So if you would like to find again a support or a chair, I'll have my chair handy here. And to come into tree, you can mirror me, so I won't say right or left, I'll just demonstrate. So the standing leg, this would be the, if you're using a support, this would be the leg closest to the support as your standing leg to begin with. So we come into mountain and find our posture, feet straight ahead, feet, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders all aligned, navel engaged, shoulders up, back and down, neck long. And you can even just take hold to have that support, and you can let go of it a little bit later, or you can add the support in when you want and need it. Give yourself a little challenge. So let's just rock forward and back here a little bit. Just rocking heels, ball of the foot. Finding that in the center between forward and back is that place of stillness where we rest and where we feel that rootedness into the earth. Turn this down a little bit. So once you feel that rootedness, you're going to shift your weight toward the leg that is closest to your support and lengthen it. Lighten up a little bit on the outside leg. I'll call that the outside leg. And then just lift your foot a little bit and just rotate the ankle, activating energy and awareness in the foot and the ankle. And then as you feel ready, turn the hip out, turns the knee out, engage Mula Bandha. Make a little triangle here on the side of your body, and then place that ball of your foot so it rests right on your ankle bone. Just find that sense of support. See if this is a place where you are balanced and would like to be in tree from your internal support. Going back to your external support whenever that calls to you. Or experimenting a little bit with it's okay to come off balance and have to catch yourself and go back in. You have to do that all the time in life. If you care to go a little higher into tree, keeping the hip turned out, knee turned out, engage in Mula Bandha, strength through that leg, all the muscles in that standing leg are working. Or you can give yourself a little assist if you'd like to go above the knee, either above or below, but not right on the knee. So find what works for you. My foot is slipping today, so I'm going to keep it below the knee. And again, if you're using your support, good, great for you. That is fabulous. And you can extend your branches and look up. You can sway your branches. You can let go briefly and see what happens if you use your internal support to come into full expression of tree. You can become strong and long. You can sway. So just find what works for you. Come back to your external support. Release and come down. And let's just shake out. We haven't done any shaking yet today. So shake everything out, shake everything out. And we'll take a quick breath of joy before we go to the other side. So breath of joy is arms forward, arms out, arms forward, up, and release like a swing. Forward and out, and forward, up, and drop. It's a drop swing. Forward and out, and reach up, and drop. Ride the swing, conduct the orchestra, do what feels good, and up, and out, and up, and down, and up, and out, and up, and ha. Once more with a ha, Let it all out. Ha! And then slowly, once up, once out, once up, and hands back to the heart center, and we'll practice tree on the other side. So if you have a support that you can move, which I do, I have a chair, you can move it. If not, you can just face the other direction. So coming into tree on the other side, find your mountain, ground yourself, find your center. Imagine roots right down into the earth like that oak tree or willow tree or palm tree. They all have roots down into the earth and help with grounding. There's water underneath there, there's soil, there's all sorts of nurturing, and that's what we want to bring into our tree, is that sense of being nurtured with energy and substance at the same time. So shift your weight as you feel ready into your standing leg. Take a moment, lift the other leg, and just begin to rotate the ankle a little bit. Circling, getting the synovial fluid flowing in the ankle. Notice if you tend to bend that standing leg, see if you can lift, drop down into the earth, press through the whole foot, lift through the quad and the kneecap, engage the hamstring. And then as you feel ready, turning that outside hip and knee out, and slowly bringing the sole of the foot to rest against the ankle. And once again, I encourage you, some of you may be on carpet or floor that's not that good for balancing. So take a moment to find your center here, find your roots, find your tree. And then see if you can bring the hands to heart center for a breath. For a moment, half second, doesn't matter. Just see what's working for you and make adjustments to see what can bring you more support in this posture. This feels really good to me right here. I feel grounded and supported. I'm a little shaking in that standing leg, so I'm pressing down into the earth. And now I'm going to take hold of my support. I'm going to slide that foot with the turned out hip and knee, again making that triangle on the outside with the outside leg, lifting through the heart, lifting, engaging the core, dropping the tailbone. And I'm going to try it here. Press that whole foot into the calf area below the knee, or again, you can come above the knee. Just be sure that you're not directly on the knee. Find your tree, take your time. Maybe look away from me completely. Find a drishti, something that's not moving in front of you. It might not be me. Or it might for just this moment. So take a few breaths here. Reset the shoulders. Come up into extended tree, full expression of tree with branches raised high out into the sky, and reaching toward the sun. Breathe and feel. Feel how your standing leg is working so hard to support you. Lift through the pelvis, lift through the belly. Drop the shoulders. Breathe. Feel. Accept where you are today. And then inhale. Palms together. Exhale slowly. See if you can slowly come out of tree, even if it means reaching for your support. Let's make this a gradual descent out of tree. Slowly. And then we're going to shake out the legs. Shake, shake, shake. Do any other movements that you want to do. And I'm going to invite you to slowly make your way down to your mats for Shavasana. I just got a low power mode sign, so I think I have a little more time. What I'd like to invite you to do is take a moment to sit in a chair, if that's comfortable for you, your favorite comfort chair. Lie down on your mat with knees bent and knees folded, resting toward each other in constructive rest, or stretching out maybe with a blanket or a pillow underneath your legs for support for the lower back. And I'm going to play a little song that is called Sanctuary, and you may listen to that song and enter into your Shavasana and just stay there for a couple minutes or longer. Stay there for as long as it is comfortable and nurturing for you to be there. And because I won't be there at the very end, I will today say Thank you very much for accompanying me on this journey of sharing with you my yoga practice as it evolves spontaneously in the moment sometimes. I do appreciate that you